like plans for everything. Well, that's kind of why I brought it up is, gotta expect all the possibilities. Whether or not they're all actionable, the variables are too diverse to
Okay.
actually say.
So
Sorry, I'll be.
stress, stress, stress.
Stress. I just saw
I
the stress on
love,
his
I
face.
love, I love Nick super enjoying this, but Glim being like, "Fuck." It's so funny. That like dichotomy is amazing. But yeah, um, within
Would
two,
Emmy say anything? Like, just keeping it
Oh.
to your chest, girl.
very House of Blue being like, "This is all very interesting information." Uh,
I love this information. Tell me more.
Well, to be frank, Emmy doesn't much care for the fate
Oh.
of the world.
yeah, I'm aware. I'm aware of that. Emmy's like,
Do
I'm
you politics? Like, is
no.
that a thing
Emmy ran
for
away from
Emmy?
that shit.
No, I was just
Yeah.
wondering though, does she have any like it might not be politics for her house, but does she do her own politics? Like, does she get involved with things that she cares about in politics? Or is
I
she
have high
absolutely
cha, but that's about it.
so you just check out of everything?
Oh
You're
yeah,
just kind of like, I am going to be a pirate.
yeah. That was it. Fundamentally the idea was I
Very self-centered.
very
Perfect. I just
self-centered
wanted to
as
know.
like this sucks. I hate this. I don't want to deal with any of these things or the responsibilities related with them. I am leaving.
Good thing we're in her room.
Yeah, exactly.
Really.
It's such an interesting parallel with Glim, who's like, I want to do the cool stuff of my house that's not involved with all this stupid trash, and it's like, you're like, the politics is what's stupid about the house, but I want to be so involved with this fucking house. It's
The most
great.
very much like, we will protect the North, leave us the fuck alone,
Yeah.
and we'll do our thing. Do your thing.
Yeah, it's fundamentally been that. So it's like, yeah, when the House of Bronze like, we want to do an expedition, it's like, okay, like, you're gonna assist in the defense of. It's like, yeah, of course. It's like, all right.
You okay, but you're helping us for helping you.
Yeah,
right?
it's like, yeah, you know how to do magic. Good, do magic. Like,
Oh, do magic good.
so yeah.
I know Ben's on the phone, but was
Yes.
there more to Carmine's story?
So here's the thing. Carmine didn't expect to get into a geopolitical discussion over his statement of like, "Hey, I found this weird child that doesn't make any goddamn sense."
This random group of adventurers.
So
were
yeah,
like,
this random group of
"Fate of the
adventurers like, the
world."
world is gonna die, and he's like, "I just wanted to be clear with you about what's happening with me, so we both can trust each other more." But seemingly in doing that, more people distrust me.
They were casting spells
Yeah,
willy-nilly
yeah, that's true. That is.
in my room.
So here's the thing. Roll me another Arcana check, because that
I-
was to identify the spell.
15?
You are entirely aware that the source of that magic did not come from Carmine.
It's not Carmine. Robin's saying this because Robin understands what's going on. Because Robin's
Oh.
observant as F.
It's your dream, buddy.
For
No.
bird
Oh,
cat,
no.
it's your
Oh,
house
Oh,
is
no.
spying
It's
on this conversation. We don't want any of the houses.
it's not
to
a
open.
one-way mirror, it's a two-way mirror. What's commonly called a window.
Welcome to your curse.
See, I thought Carmine was trying to like discover
No.
my sorcery because he asked me earlier, and I said no.
No.
Fuck off.
So I
Right.
legit believe Carmine is face value. What you see is what you get.
I'm glad. But yeah. So now you're like, huh, that was a weird magical effect that hit me.
It would honestly, I would have mentally talked to her at some point. I'm like, you okay? There's some weird stuff going on in our heads.
No, do you want to do that? Yeah, you can do that discussion. Go ahead.
Yeah, it would just be like I'd tap in real quick mentally to you, be like, You okay? Like, there's something, like, I felt kind of sick. You looked like you felt kind of sick.
I have a headache.
Okay. But, it technically shouldn't have affected my mental connection with you. It's got
It's a
static.
bad
Like,
one.
yeah, it's a
Sorry
bad
about it.
one. The signal's really low in here.
I was
You can break off the connection if it's bothering you. I didn't mean to cause you any pain.
Oh, it's not pain. I just was checking in.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, I
Mm.
just have a headache.
Oh, later. I got something to. I told you I got a thing. I owe
Yeah.
you. I got a thing already. It was pre-advanced before I said I owed you. But I got a toy for you. And maybe Les Shui.
Thank you.
I will stop by before bed to give it to you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So for the rest of this conversation, Emmy is only going to be thinking about future toy.
And be like, oh, future.
Oh, man.
Her haunch
Got
jerky.
something coming.
Just starts eating off the haunch of jerky.
I still have jerky in my house. I should probably go get that
I
sometime.
love this. I love Emmy just being an fucking karate master, just batting away responsibility as much as possible. Being like, maybe my bloodline is spying on everything that we've been doing, but no, I just have a headache. Shut up! Don't talk to me.
Which is really funny because they've let her go out into the world to be
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
But
I
they've
can't do
also-
anything.
Weird,
about it,
huh?
So why worry about it?
It's like this large bloodline that had the capacity to bring someone back just decided not to.
Well, if there's nothing to be done, then do nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Did-
Be water.
Does she know what her curse is now? Like, besides,
I mean, you
No.
had that weird dream, but I don't think
this is her learning
has
what
Emmy
her curse
put
is?
it back
Okay.
to put it all together.
Emmy probably has, because Emmy has probably heard stuff.
Mm,
Not even anything?
it's a very
Well, yeah.
close circle who is aware
Has
of these sort of
abilities.
things. And I don't think throughout any of your training you've heard of any curse among the blue.
I would assume there is one.
Now that you know about this, you're like, I wonder what's going on with mine. So
Well, maybe. We'll see.
He's just thinking about
Maybe
toys.
I'll roll for it.
yeah, hey, if you want to.
I don't know what I would roll. to
That's
know
the
if I
weird
know
thing.
what's
I think it would
going
be
on.
knowledge, nobility, or history.
I don't have a knowledge nobility.
Okay, I
Would
might have made
Arcana
that
not-
one up. From 3.5 or Pathfinder.
Yeah,
I guess it is just knowledge history. It feels.
I can do a history check.
I feel like it would actually be more like an insight into your personal.
Let's not do insight.
Okay,
I
I
understand.
have a negative modifier.
you do. Okay, 13. You are aware that you've never heard of a curse in your family, only a blessing. And you never recall hearing anything relating to any sort of like strange acts or physical illnesses or anything that's ever happened like that. But you
Cool.
do know that, like, yeah, that there's supposedly a blessing that the bloodline provides. But it seems like they're not talking about just magic. Is what you're aware of. But they also never told you how to access it. Just,
Spider sense.
it's a thing.
I'm not sure if Emmy is smart or wise enough to have caught on then.
Yeah, they basically trained you enough to be like, you have functional casting now. Get into politics. And you're like, no, He ran away. Uh,
And you're just running around in the world.
yeah, and they're like, unfortunate. Like,
Super unfortunate.
so yeah, while you
A
were
lot of
gone,
training that's now just running wild out there.
yeah, they're like unfortunate, but not, like, you know.
Were you here for the last moments to hear anything that?
No,
No.
I was deafened and mutant. I apologize.
So basically, Emmy did a whole bunch of stuff of being like, "Hey, what the fuck was that?" And then did a check to go, "Hey, Carbine, why you being a fucking weirdo casting spells?" And realized, "Oh wait, that magic didn't come from him. That's weird." And then Ashley's like, "Hey, are you okay?" And Emmy's like, "Haha, yeah, I just have a headache." And then Ashley's like, "That didn't seem like a headache." And she was like, "It was a headache." And now we're here. Where
Oh, and
everyone.
I told her that I have a toy for her tonight.
Right.
That I'm gonna give.
And now Emmy has calmed down. Uh,
because
also,
she-
did you hear that Glim is totally checked out at this point, eating jerky?
I did hear that. Yeah, I
Okay.
was there for that.
Well, Glim's eating jerky now, and it's just like, I don't want to hear about anything other than literally the next thing we're going to do.
Does Nick have immersive real life jerky this time too?
I don't.
Ah,
Tragic.
Lame.
Unfortunate.
Alright.
Right. So Carmine's gonna kind of look at everyone getting into like an existential panic, and be like, "All right, so I didn't come here to get into a whole geopolitical discussion. Yes, there's a lot of things involved in this. There's huge scenarios that can come out of it, which is why I wanted to inform the people who seemingly have done the most to circumvent any sort of issues like this such information, because
And also, we're not connected to any of those politics.
well, I
and
would hope not. Your actions seem to point in the direction that you're not really affiliated to anyone. From what I can understand. But again, you're seemingly the first people to have gotten into a dragon vault, which is wild. And that's good luck for me to bump into you. But
Suppose so.
yeah. Yeah, so I figured that you being kept kind of abreast of this situation would be a good thing.
Well, I was hoping having you be abreast of the situation would be a good
No,
thing.
it is. It is.
Well, yes, but it's
It's not
do
a.
you have people that you can tell that are outside of Stratavast
Yeah.
that can be prepared? Okay, so it's going to get
100%.
out to people that have things that
Well-
can be prepared.
well, yes. There's the assembly of scholars, but they are very entrenched in Stratavast. It didn't start there, but
They're good folk.
they are good folk.
That I know.
But it's been growing.
I know the direction it's been going in. I've been keep in touch with them. But I have Carson, who's going to be able to, talk to his folks among the elders. I've already contacted some of the golden duelists to keep them ahead of, a little bit ahead of that. They're not really the people for that, but, the more people that are kind of aware. And these are...
I suppose it. Right, the duelists are they now like a force? Like they were an organization of people who like fighting each other with magic. What happened with this now?
So the best thing about the duelist is they're widespread. So
Yes, much like the assemblies, but this is why I'm concerned. Is there's no core behind it. It's more of
which
an
is
idea.
good because that there's no core to be turned against us. So I know a handful of really good folk inside there that are going to keep an eye out for cultist related activity and other such things. They're basically a network for any sort of bad things that happen, Twitch on the web, as it were. I have some friends in some mercenary companies, different people that are out there that are, trying to keep the principalities from, they're trying to keep the principalities and care about folk. So
Looking over to Ashi, if there's some sort of information network, you should probably keep abreast of this, especially if there are more contacts we need to keep in mind.
Do you think I should inform the contacts that I have? Is this information too sensitive for that network?
I wouldn't tell the crime families, no, personally. If it were me, I wouldn't share the information about a dragon-blooded child from no house and the fact that dragons could be coming back through the banishing with the criminals. That
Right.
seems like a bad idea, personally.
I particularly did travel with Constance because she's in league with the Shadow Artists, which is a difficult group to get in touch with.
Yeah.
So, all
have to-
help's good help, I think, in this situation.
Now, I'm talking to Ben here in this. I was specifically meaning the gnomes, the whisper gnomes.
The Whisperway.
Duris doesn't know that.
And I will probably readdress that
Well,
later.
actually,
then after Crum.
what contacts do you have?
Well, there's a group of individuals that
Okay.
operate
Mm-hmm.
outside of the crime families. They're
Okay.
more. Have you heard of the whisper gnomes?
Do you mean
Oh.
the Whisperway?
Yeah, I know about the Whisperway.
Aren't they also criminals as well?
Yeah,
but just
they're just not, sort of unified as much.
so they are unorganized crime as opposed to organized crime.
They're not-
pseudo-organized crime.
They're.
You're not really selling me on this, Carmine.
Yeah, I know. I'm not trying to.
I mean, I can keep it close to heart. Not sure.
Hey, if you think there's good people that can help out there, I know that they have an extensive network and they don't particularly have much care for anyone other than themselves. So
That's
Come
kind of
on.
a thing.
no, what I'm saying is, if this is a threat to them, then they are more likely to be defensive against it.
I understand this, but at the same time, and Ashi, I don't mean any offense by this. It
No,
is
no,
criminals
that's why I'm asking.
looking out for themselves, trying to sell information to the highest bidder. How is that something that we can just trust immediately?
That is.
I mean, I didn't want to say it, but Doris does have a point.
Which is fine. I'm okay. Hence, I was bringing it up just to make sure certain things I keep closer than others.
No, I entirely appreciate what
It's good
basically.
to ask, certainly.
Basically, the best thing that you could do right now is keep this in mind. If anyone you feel like you can trust, if you feel like you can trust someone with this sort of information, they can actually help to curtail any sort of issues that come along. Like, that's your choice to make. I'll try and go to Stratovask and see what I can do. See if I can turn Monty away from the path he's going down, or at least interact with some of my old chums that are still kicking around, that haven't made the decision to kind of jump ship at this point.
Now, since you left, is he safe? Or are they? We don't know the gender. Are they safe?
The dragon-blooded child.
No, she's not dragon blooded, but the sorceress child.
He's
Uh,
not dragon, fae, fiend, devil,
She-
anything.
No.
Come on, you let slip. It's a she.
Yeah.
Fuck! God! I'm not meant for this. I'm meant to go out and do research and make... God!
This is why you came to us for help, though. Which we understand.
Obviously,
Let's stop here so we don't actually accidentally pull more information from you.
you're not
We-
going to... I'm not telling you her name.
So we will. How's the best way that we can keep in contact with you? Are you part of contacts with the Whisper Network?
Basically, if you can get in contact with either the duelists or the scholars or any sort of network like that information come around to me. It might take a little bit, but
That's a problem with these organizations. They are full of individuals that are bound together more by unity of purpose than an actual structure. Stratovask was essentially was the font of power for all of this to meet. It was sort of the focusing point of all of this. And if it has
not for the
cracked,
elders. The elders have always been outside of it. That's why I trust them.
fair. But the point is, so that leaves us, essentially.
Well, what I'm saying is, already your work that you've done for the Dragon Vaults has been very important.
Now, I want to be clear on that.
Right.
We had a leak where that knowledge was spread. But on our end, we would definitely appreciate no further spread of that knowledge because we don't want to be targets.
Where
that
did
we-
that spread?
We captured someone with one of the adventuring guilds, and we disappeared for a month because time was weird when we were in the vault, and that person escaped and spread that information.
Carmine, how much do you know about time magic?
Oh man, that's a topic. You probably should sit down with each other and talk about that. Have you ever seen time change and break the fabric of reality? Because we saw a baby dragon turn into the freaking what's the name of the silver dragon? Because I want to say that.
Razimira.
We saw Razimira go from baby to big and had to fight her.
Essentially, Karkarov's treatise on time is not entirely crackery as previously thought by the larger community, which was a surprise to me.
That was a surprise to
We
everybody.
need to trade notes.
We need to trade notes, actually, probably a lot.
Need to trade notes. Need to trade notes. Oh god. Okay.
Okay.
Do you guys want to trade notes together? Because I don't know if we all need
yeah,
to be
yeah,
here
we
for
need, we
that.
need to take some. We need to take some time.
This is going to be probably, we'll get some drinks from there, get coffee from there, bar, and we'll probably be
Yeah,
up for the fight.
he probably has coffee. He's southern. He's a southern lad.
Ceres! We should bother Ceres. He has a lot of coffee, actually. That would be good.
Okay, all right.
Also, I would probably trust Ceres with this information, to be perfectly honest. He is
Okay.
a man of the law.
Good. All right. Would you introduce us or?
Absolutely. No,
Okay.
certainly. Actually, Ashley, how's the mayor doing currently? We haven't checked in with her recently.
Well, that's what I did when you guys were kind of
Yeah,
checking
how
on
is-
Ceres.
She's alright, or?
Shh.
She's not dead.
She is not dead, but like I said, Ceres is doing everything right now because I don't think she's currently up for today for any more excitement.
That's fine. We just need Ceres' coffee, not even Ceres. This is fine.
That I'll leave to you guys. Emmy, do you want to go get those drinks?
Sure. I'm always
Yeah.
down for a drink.
What are you
Does-
doing, Glimmaw?
does
You
Glim
gonna
wanna
go?
join?
Yeah.
What?
Well, you could join us if you want. We're going to be doing a lot of research and going over notes. It's actually going to be nice. We have about 20 years of notes to go over, I think.
So
Something
you're not
like
even adding what I know about bloodlines and stuff. So
that. This is fair. You actually also left a few months before, to be fair.
yeah, right. So
They got 21 years of notes.
We should
together.
go with them and learn all of this
That
grand knowledge.
Glimmer!
sounds amazing.
Educational.
I suggest the bathhouse for you.
No, I'll.
Oh, you will go with them? Or us?
Learn.
It would be wonderful,
Learn
actually,
about-
to have you. And also, to be fair, Carmine, Professor, is actually, he's sort of the foremost expert on draconic bloodlines, at least at the Academy of Bronze.
yeah, I mean, I was a little bit ahead of
That's-
like.
definitely very interesting, and I don't see how that would pertain to me specifically, Durist. But thank you for sharing that knowledge.
I mean, it does, though, because you have, like, curse that you're oh, that's rude. Sorry, I'm going to, like, forget conversation. You're fine. You're good. Just, expert on draconic bloodlines is, like, going to be, like, 10 meters from you downstairs
Was there
So,
something
like-
I was supposed to pick up on here? Wait, are you coming with us or not? And he's pointing
Yeah,
at
no,
Glenn.
I thrive.
They
in
said they were going
academia.
to the. Okay, so that sounds sarcastic.
I was being
Not
rude
at
by
all.
accident because Glimvel has a bloodline curse that affects them and their entire family, and I thought that it would be helpful to mention that you could speak to someone who had been researching bloodline curses, but now I see that was completely improper, and I look quite foolish now.
Bloodline
that's
curse
what I think
research,
that-
we recanted. I misspoke when I had heard that, just so you know.
Right, but Duris did not. So it's like, all right, yeah, I'll be around if you have questions. I guess they're going to the bar. I heard.
Oh, okay. I thought you were joining us.
No,
My
I'm
apologies.
I'm joining you 100%. Coffee sounds great. I haven't had a good coffee in 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah, no, that makes some good
Um,
fun.
So yeah,
Glimo looks between the two groups,
and so it's like
That's a
two
bad
nerds,
house.
and it's like
and then
a
she
rose.
goes, "I'm gonna go see if I can find Lucy," and then she just walks out of the room.
Have fun.
Check the woods. Normally, if you go past like about a mile out into the left, there's like she's already gone.
All right.
fun.
So Duris brings Carmine up to the mayor's house, basically.
Ceres!
Yeah,
Ceres, open!
and we're gonna jump over to Ashy and Emmy just doing some bar hanging out.
Just gals being
Is
pals.
Gal
Jessie
pals.
at the bar?
Jesse is at the bar. Yes.
Great. I've been looking for her all day. Wonderful.
I'm splitting off. I'm obviously going to go talk to my contact. And
Yeah,
I don't
it's-
drink, so
Yeah, it's now become like
Anymore.
so commonplace.
definitely not drinking anymore.
Yeah, you've tried. You've been there, done that.
Had my limit for life.
She tried.
Yeah.
Yes. It did not cure diseases. Noted.
Maybe it just wasn't strong enough to do. Maybe you just have to get a stronger alcohol, and that'll do it.
It was from the dwarves. It was Everclear, Dwarven Everclear.
It was.
How much, how
That's
much
true.
stronger can you get?
Oh, you can.
Oh, well,
Scarily
It's
enough.
just like
I obviously don't
it's
drink, so I
just-
didn't know.
it's just even more ethanol at that point. You're just putting ethanol in your ethanol so you can drink while you drink.
I watched a video about where it's like, how did the barbarian just make a cabin just in a week? It's like, well, he just kind of was out here working and drinking lamp oil, so.
What?
It
What
was
was this
just
from?
it was just this random TikTok compilation thing.
Oh, okay.
And
got
then it
it.
was like, oh, wasn't this
Barbarian.
place haunted? And it's like, yeah, the ghosts stole the soul out, but then he became incorporeal because it was a soul, and he killed them all, and then went back to his body and drank more lamp oil. And it was like, yeah, okay.
Find that for later.
It was
Sounds
just,
fun.
yeah, it was funny. Yeah, so
I'll let you and Jesse talk first.
well, I mean, you get up to the front, and Jesse has. Normally, Jesse's sitting there, at the front door, not particularly armed or anything. But this time, she has a full greatsword that she's sharpening at the front, and is like, "Oh, hey."
Little jumpy today, are we?
That increase in security.
No, it's Xavier's the one that's jumpy, because he
I see.
believes everyone's trying to kill him.
You know, I saved his life today. Did you hear about that?
You did. I think
I did.
through his panicked, soft-spoken muttering, I think I heard something about that.
Yeah, pretty much the town hero. You know how it goes.
Oh, that's what I've been hearing. Not at all a menace to society. No, can't.
No, never.
Impossible.
Let me grab you a drink.
That would be appreciated. Try and keep it on the down low. Xavier wants me to be very chipper. And yeah. Kind of just goes back to it.
All right. I will go to the bar and speak to whoever is behind the counter.
Yes. Let me get up the long list of names that I have for this fucking place. And you're